Hey there, and a big welcome to Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. How's your week going? Are you making millions? Are you in slump in the middle of the week? Well, now's the time to get a bit of a pickup because we are back with the morning sales step up. And today we are doing 5 ways to creatively connect because it's what you asked for. You voted yesterday, and this is the one that everybody wanted me to do. And interestingly, I have no idea how I'm going to do this in 10 minutes. So we're going to have a lot to get through today. I've got some people joining already, which is lovely. So who's coming on board there? We've got Chris, we've got Alison. That's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see you. If you are joining me here today, do come and say hello in the comments because that's how I see you. So do say a big hello. So if you've not met me before, my name is Victoria Fleming. I am a sales trainer and consultant, and every morning during lockdown number 2 here in the UK, I have been running the morning sales step up, in which what we've really been talking about is some new ideas to actually get your day started. Thank you. Good morning, Victoria and Pete. Yeah, this is Tom. Lovely to see you. Pete's appreciating the mention. Pirate Pete is my co-host, and the reason for that is because he keeps me tight to time so that we are here for just 10 minutes to brighten up the start of your day. So let's get to it. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock and let's see how we go. All right, so I think especially right now, creative connection is even more important. And the reason for that is that so many of us are under restricted circumstances. And actually, that means that some of our traditional outreach routes maybe aren't working in the same way. And we've had to come up with some new ideas. But the thing is, so is everybody else, which is always a challenge, isn't it? Because you think, well, everyone else has had to come up with that as well. So it's still a challenge. So how do we connect with people that we would like to get to know so that ultimately we can build a sales relationship and start to sell to them? Well, I've got some ideas for you. Hi, other Chris. Hi, Nick. Quite a few coming. If you're coming in and watching, do say hello. We love to say hello. All right, so I'm actually going to put a slide on. Oh, I know it's very exciting this morning. I'm all down with the technology. Okay, here we go. Did you lose me for a moment there? Okay, I'm back. What you should have seen on the slide is that when we're thinking to reaching out to people there are 5 different ways that we can basically do that. And actually, we should think about which one of those is appropriate depending on who we want to get in touch with. So there was 5 different routes there. There was socials, there was the post, there was emails, there was the phone, there was face-to-face. So there was a whole series of different things. And actually, it's really important that when we reach out to people, we choose the right medium. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's really easy for us just to do the same thing with every single person we want to get in touch with. But in reality, it doesn't work like that. So let's take an example with the socials. So when we're looking at social media, it's an amazing tool, but dependent on how busy the person is and how active they are, they may or may not see messages or interactions that we have there. A great example of this is there's a YouTuber who actually actively tells their followers to message them on Twitter. And they actually say, look, I love reading your comments, but if you've got a message you need to get to me, come and message me on Twitter because I've got the smallest following there. What they're saying is there's the least noise in that area. So the first thing you want to consider is, are socials the right area to reach out? And if they are, which one of those different platforms? Then we get the option of emails. Now, again, emails, there's a lot of emails going out at the moment. The benefit of emails is it's really quick, it's really easy. The problem with emails is we're being drowned with an awful lot of noise. And equally, people are seeing loads of emails in their inbox. It's really easy just to delete them. So hi, Bev, joining me as well this morning. So email, that's got another challenge there. What's going on with email? Then we've got things like the phone. Again, think about how many phone calls you got yesterday in comparison to how many emails you got. I suspect you got fewer phone calls than emails. So again, think about the person you're getting in touch with. What is the most likely route for you actually to be able to get in touch with them, not get stopped, not get lost in the noise? You could also think about the post. Now, this is one of those things that I think when we went into lockdown, everyone was a bit like, well, nobody's at the office. Guess what? Even if you send stuff to people's offices these days, they've got diverts on or someone's going in to pick it up. So that's still an option that's open to you. And again, think about how many times have you received something in the post versus how many phone calls you've had. So you can see in that pyramid that I put on when I went very quiet from the sounds of it, when I put that pyramid up, you can see that as you move up that pyramid, there's less and less noise. It means you're more likely to actually get in touch and connect with the person that you want to speak to. And then, of course, right at the top of that pyramid was face-to-face. And we love face-to-face. The challenge with it right now is that, let's be honest, we're not able to do an awful lot of it. But again, think about, if you want to get to know someone face-to-face, how could you do it? There's still online networking events going on. There's still conferences going on. There's still a lot of other things that are face-to-face via stuff like Zoom, Teams, and a lot of the virtual event platforms. So if you want to creatively connect with somebody, I'll put my banner back up, then what you need to decide first of all is, what is the route that you're going to use? Once you decide on the route, there's then the second thing that you need to decide. And the second group of 5 things I'm going to give you is some key things to keep on mind to ensure that you actually do connect and that you do actually get a response, because this is like super interesting. And these are, I've got some examples of people doing this kind of thing. So the first thing is you can do something fun. A really good example of this is someone who I know called Dave. He actually sent cabbages through the post to his prospects. And you might think, what? Well, you know what? People opened the box and they thought, what? But they were like, what a fun idea. Like, what's all this about? So because of that, they took the cabbage out, and underneath there was a thing about the fact that he's actually a professional speaker, and he talks a lot about sprouts and cabbages in his talk. So it all ties back to what he actually does. But it was a fun thing. It stood out for people. People remembered it, and he got a great response from that. The next thing you might want to think about is curiosity. That fun idea I just gave you also had that idea of curiosity here. Why if they sent me a cabbage? But you can even do this in a simpler way. I've seen people who've sent emails, and actually, I've got to be honest, I've done this myself, so you might have seen it. I sometimes send an email where the subject line is the opening line of a joke, and the answer to the joke is right at the bottom of the email. So actually, if you want the answer to the joke, you open the email, and you have to go through the email to get it. So it's that sense of curiosity, like, what's all this about? Like, I need to know the answer. So building curiosity can be a really helpful tool. Okay, the third thing is reciprocity. I've been practicing that word. I have. Okay, so reciprocity is all about sharing. It's all about actually giving something to get. And this is very true because as humans, if someone gives us something, we feel we have to give them something back. So an example of this is if someone gives us a Christmas present and we haven't got one for them, we feel terrible, don't we? So we straight away go, and we try and find something to give them. It's exactly the same thing in business and in fact anywhere. So think about how can you give people something? Be valuable to them. You can share their content. You could include them in a roundup. One of my good friends, Pascal, regularly on a weekly basis shares a roundup of valuable content. And he quite often shares some of my content. And I really appreciate that. And if I can do anything to help him, then I really want to help him. And that's really helpful when you want to build a relationship and potentially when you want to build your prospect bank. Okay, so what have we got next? Add value. Now, adding value is a great way of actually ensuring that you're helping people with a problem. And this can be a personal problem, not too personal. This could be a personal or a professional challenge that they've got. And I think some of this is about being really eagle-eyed. Oh! Okay, Pirate Pete has buzzed me, but because I lost like a little bit of time on that slide, I'm going to take a little bit extra. Is that okay, Pete? Yeah, he's cool with that. My good. So think about like how can you actually give some value? This is really about you engaging potentially in groups, in networking groups. It can be about you standing up and doing a presentation in front of a group of people. It can be about you listening to other people's problems and actually helping them. This doesn't have to be professional. This can be personal, but the point is that when we help somebody and give them value, they want to have a relationship with us of some sort. So think about, once you've decided how you want to reach out to somebody, how can you actually hit one of these marks? And the key thing around this is about being personal. And that's the fifth point here. How can you be personal? Because nobody likes that whole thing. And we see it on this platform, people connect with us. And then 3 seconds later, we get like a canned pitch. And, the first thing we do is disconnect from those people because we're just like, it's not helpful. It's not personal. You're not actually interested in me, so on and so forth. It's just pitch. And that's the key thing about these early connections. Don't go onto a pitch, connect. Think about what you want to get out of it. And what you really want to get out of it is a new relationship, a new friend. Because when you've got a new friend, that's someone new who wants to find out about you and might find that you can actually help them with a problem that you can solve with your product or service. So the key things that we had there, ways to connect. Think about how to get in touch with the person that you want to. What is the best platform? Is it social? Is it emails? Is it phone? Is it post? Is it face-to-face? Then think about the 5 ideas around that. How can you make it fun? How can you invoke curiosity? How can you get that thing of reciprocity? What can you give them that means they want to support you? How can you add value, and how do you keep it personal? So those are some ideas and examples about how you can creatively connect. And I'd love to hear other things that you've seen and loved, or other things that have really worked with you. Think about today. Can you reach out to 3 people and creatively connect to them? That's your challenge. So thanks so much for joining me today. Join me tomorrow. We're back at 9 o'clock, and tomorrow we're doing something that called sales maths, which sounds super boring, but I'll tell you what, you can get so much and change your sales results out of it. So make sure you join me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And if you want to get the weekly digest, just to ensure you can dip in and out of the ones that you feel particularly might be of use to you, then click on the little link in the comments above and just let us know, and we'll send you that weekly digest. It's been fantastic seeing so many of you here today. Thanks for joining me, Nick, Bev, Tom, Alison, everyone who's come on board. The 2 Chris's, I think, are on there somewhere. Everyone who's come and joined me, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Until then, have a fantastic day and just keep selling.